If you're gonna have a partner or a friend in your life, you have to make sure that that person at least has your best interest in mind. That being said, I won't say that I'm a nice person, I'm a good person. I see the good in people. I also can pick out and let you know that these are things that I've noticed about you that are messed up and you should change if you don't, if you don't, I just don't see things going well for you. One of the things that I do for myself on a daily is I live in the world with so many people that are indoctrinated. It's like you live your life mirroring other people, constantly doing what other people are doing, and then it's like you see people work in one place for over 30 years, and it's like you never tried to change in any way, but that's besides the point. It's really just like having the same attitude throughout life, not sitting down and trying to reflect on things that you've done. How can you change? How can you be a better human? Not everybody are there. Are animals in human form, like what's her name, Aya Star, you know that song that she sang where she says like animals and human, it's true because some people don't know how to think for themselves. And I used to think that it's just a thing where some people can't, some people just can't do what I do. But you look at the school system and it's like you go to, and this is I'm not rambling, I promise, I'm getting to a point. You go from kindergarten, then elementary school, secondary school, college, then you go to work. You never get time to sit back and think for yourself. That's why a lot of times the smartest people are people that live their lives for them, just observing the world. It's good to have information. A lot of things that I learned in school, like going to university, doing my undergraduate degree, learning about indigenous culture, which is one of my favorites. I feel like indigenous people, the way they lived, is just one of my favorite, I would say, cultures because of their spirituality and how they just appreciate land and other animals and aren't selfish. You know what I mean? Some people, they just live their lives, they don't care about. That's why the world is so fucked up right now, is because you live not thinking about how the what you're doing, the consequences of your actions. You live not thinking about how what I'm thinking up right now can affect other people and the world at large. A lot of these big people like Elon Musk, I'm not trying to be on here preaching. It's just you realize things and then you talk about it. These are people that you're out here, all you care about really is being important. you know like and then you say stuff like, oh, we have water, we have food, we're not gonna run out. But what about people and animals and everybody else that we share the land, the world with? I'm a very holistic being. Ever since growing up, I grew up in an extended family with my grandmother. We live very close to the cemetery. I only have brothers, but I've always just been who I am. I love people. I can see things from many different perspectives, and if I see something in you that I like, I'll let you know. Oh, it's that there's nothing wrong with that. Oh, you dress nice. You have a fat ass. You have a pretty smile. I'm never a jealous person, but I've met a lot of people that are jealous, and if you live around people that have that jealous, envy, negative energy, it's so easy for that to be passed on to you. And that's why when I realize things about people, I cut them off immediately. But people don't like when I cut them off because I'm so blunt, I'm so straightforward. So in a sense, I'm not trying to be brag about myself, and I'm always honest with people when it comes to what I've realized about you, and people appreciate me for that. Cuz I mean, you're here, life is long, depending on how you use your mind and your being. You know what I mean? But if not, your days can go by and it's what happened? Sometimes you meet people. The other day I was hanging out with this guy, and he's an older white gentleman, and we went for a walk, and he was just saying stuff that it's like, I go in nature all the time, you're not really teaching me anything. And he was just like, so you could see and I'm happy for him. I'm happy that he finally goes out into nature and he sees ducks and how, animals like operate and do things. And I'm blessed to like have been able to not have to worry too much. Like, I don't have children, I am not in a relationship, I love my family, my mom, my brothers so much, but I live my life for me. And when you choose to do that, it's like a different way of being. And this was supposed to be me talking about how my ex has been contacting me trying to like get back into my life, and I haven't seen this person in over a year. And here you are calling me, saying stuff to me, oh, I'm horny for you. You know what I mean? Somebody that you used to have heart to. So, speak of the devil, I don't understand. Like, because of my positive thinking, I'm going to always think that people have my best interest at heart because I always have theirs. I am not going to work on my delivery when it comes to telling people off. That's not something that I'm going to change. Like, I'm going to, whatever I think about you, I'm going to say it to you. Like, if I want to say it nicely, I will. If I want to say it in the worst way because that is the mood that I'm in, I'm going to say it. Like, there's a reason why things come out in a certain way. Okay? And they say that you always tell the truth when you're mad. And I'm allowed to speak my mind and say what I think about you. If someone says some stuff to me that isn't true, I don't have to think twice about it. A lot of times people like to say stuff like you're projecting. No, not all the time. They say so many things these days that people just get confused. Before you know it, you don't even know yourself anymore. So don't listen to people. You have to know yourself at the end of the day. As for me, when I'm dealing with anyone, I'm a happy person. I come into people's life happily, not needing anything. All I want is love. You love me, I love you, we're fine. You know what I mean? Like, I'm strong, I'm healthy. I don't have any baggage. I'm okay like just moving to any parts of the world at any time. That's how much I don't give a fuck. And I thank God for that, just being like a healthy person and like being a loving person and like being who I am. That being said, I just ended up going on a ramble, but I always see the good in people and the bad, and I like to say things to people. Like, I'd be like a perfect therapist in the case where like you look at the system. It's a messed up system. It really is. People, you can heal yourself, but because like they could come to you and tell you that you have cancer. But as soon as they say you have cancer, what clicks? What am I going to do? Do I have to do chemotherapy like everybody else? You don't think, let me do some research. Do you know how many stories of people who were told they have stage 4 cancer that I've read that go on to using natural herbs and healing themselves? It's really just you paying attention to you, because nothing that works for me is going to work for you because we're two different beings, even twins. And like, I think I'm just going to cut here by saying that like people need to learn to observe themselves, reflect, learn their culture, learn where they came from, look at who you are, know your strength, your weaknesses, and you'll have the best life.